I feel like there's three bits to the Super Bowl. There's obviously the sport element that goes on with the American football. Then there's the halftime show. We've got Prince, Coldplay, Beyonce, Bruce Springsteen, all performed in the halftime show in years gone by. Last night it was Bad Bunny. Huge in Spanish-speaking countries, Bad Bunny. Amazing artist. But the third element is obviously the commercials, the big adverts that are a massive part of the business and a massive part of the night that people really look out for on the Super Bowl. Katie Skingle is a marketing expert and joins me now to talk about this. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning, Pete. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Bleary-eyed people.
Really? Now, be honest. As a marketing expert, are you there for the Super Bowl or are you there for the commercials? Do you like watching the adverts at halftime?
You're on to me, Pete. I'm there for the adverts. It's a big time of year for marketing teams. It's just like how we are in the UK when we wait for our Christmas ads to drop. There's a lot of planning that's gone into those level of events and the supportive digital and social campaigns that take place around them. So I'm always excited to see them drop.
Right. When there's a huge advert that does well at halftime in the Super Bowl and it's really popular and everyone's talking about it, does that make a real-time difference to that company, to that product that they're selling? Or is it kind of a bigger thing than that? Is that kind of their awards ceremony? It's a bit of a circus and it's more about that than the actual product?
So they'll be tracking pre, during and post. I mean, Oreo has an absolutely fantastic example of a real-time moment that they had when they put together back in 2013 what marketing teams would call a war room, where they were sat on site with legal, with every sort of member that they would never need for the brand, and they could tweet dunking in the dark, which was when there was that power outage, and they got that out in a 10-minute moment.
Wow.
And they saw that go viral in instants. However, when we're talking the traditional ad spaces where they've advertised at £8 million for a 30-second slot, it will also be about tracking to conversion through the customer journey. So it might be that there's an uplift straight away. It depends on what you define on success being, and when. Is it going to be, immediate sales or ROI? Are you looking at changing perception for yourself as a brand? I mean, Pepsi this year have done an absolutely cracking campaign for their advert for a Super Bowl that will be talked about, particularly by geeks like me in marketing for years to come. Did you see the Pepsi one come out?
I didn't know. Talk us through the Pepsi one.
So the polar bears are something that's very well known as a mascot for Coca-Cola. And Pepsi turned that on its head by showcasing polar bears in therapy, because when they did the taste test, the choice, they found themselves that they actually preferred Pepsi. And they referred to the Coldplay moment that was famous of last year, where actually the Pepsis were found, actually the polar bears were found drinking, unfortunately, Pepsi.
Wow.
When they were at a concert and they were up on the large screen.
So
and
really,
this is argument.
This is the moment for brands then. If they want to do something like that, if they want to unleash a real moment in marketing that people will talk about for a long time to come, the halftime show in the Super Bowl is their moment to do that. And you mentioned the money there as well. Did you say like £8 million for a 30-second advert?
Yes, that's exactly right. And there's no other global audience really that you're looking at with that kind of scale. You've got 127 million viewers just in the US alone. So you're looking at potentially at least 200 million for a worldwide audience. So this is going to be a real opportunity. This is where the creatives come to play. You definitely need to be on point. If you're spending that kind of money, you want to make sure that it lands effectively.
Yeah. Has it changed over the years? We see so much online now with Instagram Reels and TikTok and things like that. Has that changed the importance of the Super Bowl advert, or actually does that just mean it keeps going for a few days afterwards because people can keep seeing it?
Oh, you'll have seen weeks and weeks of build-up and post. So you're looking at supportive digital and social campaigns that will have been planned and will be taken place, not just that 30 seconds that you're looking for the paid for slot, but also potentially partnerships, pop-up events, experiential things. I believe that when we refer back to Pepsi, they were doing a lot of work in the San Francisco area with little pop-ups around some of the polar bears that as mascots. It's quite a dangerous beast what they've done there. I'm sorry to harp on this point again, but what they've done is you've got the difference between differentiation and distinctiveness. When you see a polar bear, you think Coke. There's an argument they've paid money to promote Coke
Yeah.
if people aren't paying attention. So whereas actually they're bordering on that Pepsi taste challenge that they had back in the 20th century, which is their differentiation is taste. But will you remember in your Super Bowl halftime when there's only one cola ad that it was Pepsi? So there
is a risk element there for them, isn't there?
That.
Yeah, it's a risk element, I guess, isn't it? Right, before I let you go then, Katie, what's one that stands out for you over the years, an advert that really made you go, wow, that was something special at halftime at the Super Bowl?
Honestly, it was probably the NFL's one themselves back in 2019 where they promoted their 100 years. It was utterly charming because they had lots of old players, new players, and it was showcasing them at a dinner when they were talking about all the reasons that you said that the Super Bowl was split into three things now, which is, the sport, the music and the adverts. They started talking at this special dinner, and in the audience, everybody started to stand up and they played a game of football to remind everyone what it was all about. And it was a really, really well-respected ad. And I just thought when the NFL want to promote themselves, they know how to do it.
Brilliant. Well, that was really interesting. Thank you so much for joining us, Katie.